Okay, so here's how we are going to draw our curled ribbon. So we're using a half sheet of computer paper. We'll need our ruler, and we'll also just need a number 2 pencil. Make sure that it is sharpened. So we'll use our ruler, and step 1, going long ways, we'll just line up our ruler so that it's flush with the edge of the paper so that it's not necessarily crooked. If it's not perfect, it's not the end of the world. And we'll go ahead and we'll trace the top and we'll trace the bottom. So keep the ruler steady so it doesn't slide around. Okay, while you have the ruler here, you can go ahead and tally on the top of the 1-inch marks. So starting right from the end, that's 0, the number 1, the big long line right here. I'm just going to put a small tally mark and tally each inch. And again, remember we are drawing very lightly, so you're not pressing very hard. Okay, so 1-inch tallies across the top. Next step is we are going to take our first tally mark and just draw a diagonal line. Doesn't really matter the angle. You don't want something super sharp and you don't want something going vertically down. So you want just kind of a in the middle diagonal line. So just one diagonal line that goes to the bottom line. And from there, we'll tally 1-inch marks. So starting where the line hits and intersects that bottom line, we'll start from 0 and we'll make 1-inch tallies across the bottom based on where we left off. And I'll go ahead and make a tally mark back from that line as well. Okay, so we've got our tally marks across the top, across the bottom, and now basically it's connect the dots. So if you measured correctly, they should all be equal and spaced. Again, remember you're drawing very lightly, so you're not putting very much pressure. Super, super light lines. Mine are probably even a little bit too dark, but I want to make sure they show up on the camera. So connect as many lines as you can. If you run out of paper and you can't connect the very end ones, then that's okay. Okay, so basically it kind of looks like a candy cane strip right now. Next is we are going to actually curl this into a ribbon. So these, every other one is going to be the front of the ribbon, and we want to see that ribbon curling backwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a connection from the bottom corner to the top corner. So every other strip. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this bottom corner and we're going to connect it to the top. So bottom left to top left. And remember with overlapping, when something overlaps, you're not going to draw the line all the way through. So this is the front of the ribbon curling up. It's going to curl backwards, loop under, and then curl around. So we're only going to see the loop curling through the space. So I'm just going to draw a connecting line here. Then we'll do the same thing with the bottom corner to the top corner. So bottom right to top right. So start with this bottom. Again, the same thing is we're only going to draw what we would see in the space. So this is the ribbon curling out, curling back under, curling up, and then curling back under. So we just repeat that same process. Okay, so bottom, top, connect, bottom, top, connect, bottom, top, connect, bottom, top, connect, and bottom, top. And at the end, you could just kind of fudge it if you can't really see it, or just end there. Okay, so now we have our ribbon. So we can kind of get a general idea. It still looks very flat. Next class, we will learn about shading, where to put our shading techniques in order to turn this into a three-dimensional form. But as of right now, you can see that the ribbon is starting to create a little bit more depth. We have the front overlapped, curls behind, front, curls behind, front, curls behind, front, curls behind, etc. Okay, so go ahead and keep this in a safe place, and we will shade it next class.